Welcome to another The Wacky World of, and this time we're looking at Metacritic. If you don't know, Metacritic is a site where you can rate games, CDs, books, movies, whatever. You can rate them. You know, it's user scores, critic scores, it's like all the scores into one. We're looking at reviews that are shitting on the parade, you know, bad reviews on great games, like people that just get pissed. That's what we're in for. Let's start with probably the best game. It sits at a 9.1 user score. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. It's number one, highest rated. And we get 5,193 positive and 399 people who didn't like it. Alright, let's look at a random one. Look at the 0. Shovel Knight says, worst game ever made. Okay, let's zoom in on it. Worst game ever made. Honestly, wow. It's not. I can tell you that much. The graphics are puke-inducing. I mean, N64 has some charm, you know. The game is long and way too drawn out, and it's just not pleasing to sit and play for hours. I mean, I would rather play Ocarina of Time than like most of the open world modern games that have like huge worlds that have nothing in them. So, nah, it's just not true. Skip at all costs. Wow. Some guy on the internet told me to skip Ocarina of Time. Worst game, worst game. It does not hold up whatsoever. Just imagine you sitting there in in 2019 being like surrounded by all those great games that released that year. And you're like, I wonder what this Ocarina of Time game is about. And then you're like playing and hating every second. Skip at all costs. Fuck that game. Fuck it. Actually, Half-Life is 2 days older than this masterpiece, and that game's frame rate is chilling at 300. Meanwhile, this game's frame rate is only 20 to 30. Wow, also Half-Life has better graphics. Talking about the game itself, the story is forgettable as hell. The soundtrack is just annoying. Are you fucking kidding me? The combat is horrible. The characters have zero personalities, and the controllers are just garbage. Put in a scientist from Half-Life. It's just forgettable. Fuck that game. Half-Life's way better. I mean, Half-Life is fucking great. Come on. Half-Life is 300 frames, and this only has 20 frames. Clearly, one of those is better. Not a fan of this game at all. I believe it to be extremely overrated. Boo! just screaming boo at Miyamoto. Like, boo, you loser. It really isn't as good as they say it is. 5,000 reviews are like, oh, they're all wrong. It's not that good. They're just a big conspiracy. This game has no right to be the best game ever. It has no right. The damn thing didn't hold up when it was released and will never do. You're better off with Tetris or Half-Life 2. I can see the comparison. On one hand, you have Tetris, and on the other, you have fucking Gordon Freeman crowbarring a zombie to death. It's like, nah, man. Zelda doesn't fit in. Boring game, graphics suck, gameplay boring, no fun at all. I don't see why anyone would play it. One word, boring. Gives it a 2. I hated it. There, have a 2. Another boring, tedious attempt by Nintendo brings nothing new to the genre. Nah, just let it go. Overrated game. or most overrated game ever. Stop milking your series so much. Ocarina of Time, like being the... What was it? Like the fourth Zelda? Or something like that? Should've stopped that too. Pointless game. I'd rather count my fingers. Michael Corleone. I don't like it. It is a boring game with not enough action or hardcore monsters. Like the orcs from Lord of the Rings. Zelda stinks. I want the hardcore monsters, you know? Let's look at Halo Combat Evolved. Halo is like one of my favorite video game series. And, well, I'm still like really into the game, so let's see how infuriating this is. There are to do many bad things about this game. I don't want to write that much. Meh. This game is just stupid. Wow. It's like, I don't even want to talk about it. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. 1 point, fuck it. Free guns? Seriously? Not to mention the enemies who only have two. We have to congratulate Microsoft for this ridiculous game. Games like Zelda and Mario already had better phases than this repetitive crap. Yeah, I remember the enemies in Zelda and Mario, they have like at least 4 guns, you know. What do you mean 3 guns? I think Halo has way more than 3. It's like he played like the first level and been like, what? There's only 3 guns. I'm out. Come on, people. Open your eyes. It's layman, repetitive, dull, and did I mention boring? And the sequel ain't much better. Like, open your eyes, people. Open them. And see Halo for what it truly is. Sucks. 6. No fun. Just like any other first person. But with more crap. Not addictive. How rubbish is this? Where is this big hype about it gone? Oh yes, it's shite. This is like another game. So, okay, it is a good game and can be fun, but it still isn't an amazing game that I should have been. So, it's a letdown. So the vote should be let down as well. It's like, this game is great, it's fun, it can be fun, it's good game. But if you don't fall on the ground, like after playing 5 minutes of it, like and having like 3 hours of complete orgasm all over the floor, it's not an amazing game. 0. Fuck that shit. Burn them all down. I don't care. Chicken Face says, "Pass the chicken. I'm playing a crap game called Halo here in 2005." I think this comment holds up. It's like, pass the chicken, man. Halo, it's crap. This is a great comment. And they said Assassin's Creed was repetitive. As FPS games go, this is atrocious. Particularly multiplayer where it's like fighting in a cardboard box. Where are they hiding? Oh, over there. That's because the levels are so small. What is this person even saying? It's like, yeah, you think Assassin's Creed is yeah, fucking Assassin's Creed is repetitive as hell. Jesus Christ. And Halo is apparently Master Chief is like just running around in a cardboard box with a gun sticking out of it. Yes, because level's so small. Just look at like the second level Halo. So small. I feel the game a little boring, but the horse for all is not available on Mac OS in June 2020. I don't... What is this? Like a riddle? I feel the game a little boring, but the horse for all is not available on Mac OS. What the fuck, man? Let's look at Half-Life 2. Also, fucking great game, obviously. And yeah, I mean, we had plenty of Half-Life comments in the previous like bad reviews. So let's see if Half-Life gets like bombarded with Zelda is way better and Halo is better. Let's see if that happens. Half-Life 2, often proclaimed one of the best, if not one of the greatest first-person shooters, if not video games of all time, released in 2004 to great fame and accolades. I was but then 11-year-old devotee of Sonic, Metroid, Zelda and Star Wars. I hardly knew or cared, but as I grew older, and the internet became more prominent in my life, I began to hear of this wonderful thing called Half-Life 2. Jesus Christ, what is this? Okay, let's skim through it, you know, because this person is like making his lifetime story why Half-Life 2 is crap. Alright. Do I think Half-Life 2 is fun? No, I think it's awful. I had to force myself to finish this game. Well, go fuck yourself then. I don't know. It's $2, Half-Life 2. What's your problem? Garbage. What's all the hype about? This game was boring. The weapons were boring. The enemies were boring. But most of all, the story was boring. The whole game, all you do is try to rescue one person or meet up with another person in very cramped environments. That might have been forgivable if this game was fun or challenging, but the fact of the matter the ending is awful. Could it have been worse? What really happened? It felt like they didn't know how to end it, so the developers just took a dump and modeled it after that. Yeah, that's what happened actually. Like the famous Gabe Newell just took a shit, you know, put it in the box, then they put it in the oven, you know, and a disc was formed. And then you just put it in and play. Boring! Steam sucks. We'll never buy another game with this crap attached. Ruined the 8 game down to a 4 load time for a game and the levels are annoying. Yo, that sounds like a rap. Steam sucks. We'll never buy another game with this crap attached. Ruined the game 8 down to load 4 for a game and the levels are annoying. Yo. This might be a great game, but I will never know. I gave up after spending over 6 hours trying to install it. Steam was more than just a little irritating to... Well, he will never know. In 2005, we got like 1 point. It was awesome. Evan T gives 0 points. The worst game ever. This is all fake. And the guns are crap. Do not get this game. It's all fake. The guns are not real. Gordon Freeman is not a real person. I played the game and win the whole game, but I didn't like it so much because chapter 4-5 are boring. When you're only playing around with airboat, and even more boring is 7-9 when you're playing with a jeep. That's not fun either. But the start was good and the end, that's why I gave it 4. That is reasonable. Marcel gave it 0. Gave it a 0 point. Great game. Wonderful gameplay. You become a lot for your money. You become money. It's perfect. Well, this game sucks. What more to say? I'm just gonna outline that. Hi, I'm newbie. Too hard for me, but looks beauty. Sorry. It really does look beauty. Alright, there we go. Resident Evil 4. Just, you can't go wrong with that. You know? I think that's a game that had to wow like almost everyone, right? We got only 5 negative. There's perfect. That is a perfect review. Cupper 0 points says, this is a really fun game. Not! I can't for the life of me understand what everybody felt was so hypnotic and atmospheric about it. Supposed Resident Evil game. It's about as generic as shooter comes, spruced up with some nice graphics after 30 minutes of shooting everything that moves, picking up bullets, kicking open a door and repeating. Dude, that sounds awesome, man. After 30 minutes. Game would get really old, really fast. I wasn't wrong. By halfway through the second disc, I couldn't wait to see the credits roll so that I could get back to the Resident Evil remake, which actually has tense and scary bits. I didn't jump or cringe once throughout the entire Resident Evil 4 experience. I'd like to know how Resident Evil Dead Aim and Devil May Cry could receive such average opinions from gamers. What at the same time praised this title as a gift from God himself. I mean, Devil May Cry is good. People like that one. And Resident Evil Dead Aim? Nah, not so much. It's exactly the same premise as the aforementioned 2, complete with ridiculous plot, pathetic puzzles, which sword goes where, and weapons upgrades using money instead of orbs. I'm glad so many people love this game so much, but personally, I feel that it's a shame to see that Resident Evil has spiraled from a completely unique, atmospheric and thought-provoking experience to just another brainless shooter amongst a myriad of other brainless shooters. Give me Half-Life 2 over this any day. Didn't you know Half-Life 2 is boring? People, make up your mind. You want Zelda? You want Halo? You want Half-Life? No, it's all boring. It's all shit, you know? I didn't know where to start. RE4 disappointed me. 0. I don't know why many idiots out there says it's best. Yeah, there's many idiots. Let's look at the idiot scale. It's 1470. It's the best survival horror game. RE4 was never in a million years a survival horror game. RE4 is the reason why the series is in a bad shape nowadays. The game was so action oriented. It introduced many things shouldn't have been introduced, like it turned into a third person shooter. Doesn't have a dynamic camera angles like RE or CV. There are no puzzles in the game, relied only on shooting, killing enemies and the weapons. Have so many ammos, like Call of Duty. It's not Call of Duty. It introduced quick time events, no need for it. Enemies dropping items like ammos and monies, what the hell is that? I mean, better than just laying around, right? This is one of the main reasons why it's not a survival horror game. Besides, it has a crappy story. Yeah, the story is real crappy. It's just real crappy. Just like the first Resident Evil, right? It's a real crappy.
Oh, Barry!
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right. Barry, thanks for saving my life.
And let's look at a game I personally don't like that much. I found a new love for it in VR, but when I first played it, I kind of liked it, but well, after a while, I don't know, felt stale. But well, I get it, people love Skyrim because it's accessible, you know? And well, if you haven't played Oblivion or Morrowind, which probably are the better role-playing games, in my opinion, Skyrim is still, you cannot go wrong with just like making a new character and just go at it. So we get 46 bad reviews. Worst video game ever made. Boring graphic is horrible on 360. Gamma rate is so low that in the game day is darker than the non-in-game night. Without any tube of lighter on the road. Frame rate too low compared to other real action game in first or third person. Too much bugged. Story boring. Secondary quest even more boring. And too much easy. Absolutely any other challenge. What is this person saying? Absolutely any other challenge is worther than this for a game that has played before even one title of the genre. Much more a commercial excuse to pull on franchise. Enough good already with Oblivion. Guys, wake up. Wake up, sheeples. It's Skyrim. This game is one of the main reasons for the death of the video game world. Of before game from the Japan. Excuse me? And a game only for real fanatic fans of the Western RPG genre. Just put a picture of Todd Howard there. There are much more better Western RPG than this. On this site it's impossible to not find something better than this game. What? I wonder how it's possible that exists even a person in the world that can find this game playable for more than 5 hours. So let me get this straight. It's too bugged, too easy, not real action game. It's not real RPG game. It's not Japan. And you cannot play this for more than 5. Let me tell you, I didn't like the game that much, and I played way more than 5 hours at a time. So, what are you saying? What are you saying, man? I traded in my PS3 copy for the Xbox copy. The game is extremely easy. You can easily kill everything in the game. The AI is horrible. The bugs are very annoying, but not quite broken like the PS3 version. I'm sorry that I went through all of the trouble and expense to pay this game. Well, you're welcome. So it's okay, dude. It's okay. You shouldn't be sorry. Just just buy something else, you know? Use your money wisely. I mean, yeah, Skyrim is very bugged. No. that's something, yeah. But it's part of the charm, you know? How can anyone not like this game? Skyrim incorporates all of the fun elements in RPGs while leaving behind all the tediousness. It improves on Oblivion in all ways, except for the faction mission lines. That's why I give it a 0. Fuck that game. It improves on all levels. It's great. How can anyone not like this? But at that point, just give it a fucking 0. Bam. No. Get that shit out of my face. Let's look as our final game at God of War, which is a game I love a lot. And yeah, I mean, I thought you cannot go wrong with this, but well, certainly someone doesn't like it. Alright. Rocco30 says, how could you downgrade this from the first game? I guess it could be due to repetitive gameplay, but seriously, I regret buying this stupid game. You've lost a fan, Zombie Labs. What? Zombie Lab? What? What do you mean, Zombie Labs? Is this God of War? This is God of War, right? Yeah. What? Zombie Labs, excuse me. What is Zombie Labs? And what did they do? God of War Zombie Labs. State of Decay 2 dethrones God of War as May's best-selling game in the US. So this person went on Metacritic and gave God of War a 0 because State of Decay 2 is bad?
You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
Nice graphics, but gameplay is the most important thing in the video game. And the gameplay here is just poor. Go pick up Devil May Cry, Ninja Gaiden, Bayonetta, Metal Gear Rising, because those games are all 10 out of 10. I get you, bro, but God of War is not bad. Also, it's 2018, just get fucking Nier Automata or whatever. Funish. But massively overrated. I've been a fan of the series from the beginning, and this game might as well not even be a God of War game. Well, except like big ass Kratos in it, I guess. And the ties to God of War. But this game doesn't have to be. Look guys, The Last of Us 2 is out, and it's a Dark Souls clone. You cannot prepare for what The Last of Us 2 is doing to you in 2 years. It's exactly like Dark Souls. Yes, Kratos is like, excuse me son, I need to die. The fucking Greek bonfire is over there. It will respawn me. It's a good game, but not God of War anymore. I hope the sequel will be more action orientated. I give it a 0, so they'll make a sequel. Cory Balrog, the director of God of War, is like, well, Alibaba said, good game, but not God of War. 0. Well, shut it all down. Shut it down. Burn them all. Burn all the developers. What happened to Kratos' fiery temper? Why is he acting like some sort of silent monk now? What happened to his arrogance and confidence? The story was horrible with no probability. Almost felt like I was playing lesser Dark Souls. It's like Kratos' fiery temper. Yes, like he has his son, and then he just, like all of a sudden, just rips his son apart and be like, just fights an orc or whatever. Yeah, great game, dude. I get it, guys. But you have like 3 games in which exactly that happened. Kratos kills just fucking everyone, alright? And the fourth is like, what if Kratos cared? That's the thing. Too many boss using same monster, and puzzles are boring. Just find the runes, then throw your axe. I mean, you don't have to give it a 0, just like, I think, yeah, they reuse the bosses a lot. But boring? Alright. Puzzles are boring? I don't think they were boring. I kind of like, puzzles are always boring. They're puzzles, but, you know, have to solve them. Use the brain. Find the runes, then throw the axe. I like the description of the game. Just so it's like you run around and the kid is like, "Oh, Dad, there's a rune," and then like just throw a fucking axe. Turned the game into a movie. Looks like a script. Kratos and his son, the movie. Now in cinema. Kratos and his son. All right, everybody, that has been a wild ride. If you liked what you saw, then tell me in the comments. Maybe I do another one of these soonish. All right. Thank you. Stay safe. Bye.